All right. We've got Robbie Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Let me not call you Danny. I remember your brother. I remember watching him pitch. He was a right-hander, went to Michigan. So this season, we've got Costa, Redondo, PV, Torrance, West. What's the biggest thing on your schedule that you guys are looking for as far as getting better?
Definitely winning. That's the main thing. It comes down to the little things. Like everybody says, it's the bunt, it's the outs. Making those hard plays, making those easy plays. Even you need 21 outs to win a ball game. Doesn't matter how many runs you get, you still need to get those 21 outs, and that's definitely going to be the biggest piece. Playing good offense, good defense, good balance at times. Putting that hard work that we put off the field in practice, stuff like that, and helping it translate is going to be the biggest thing. The camaraderie of the team's looking good. Those tough programs, everybody in the Bay League, they get it done. I'm sure they work as hard as us, if not more. Depending on team by team, and it's definitely going to be a strong testament to how much work we put in off the field, even off practice. On our own. So that'll definitely be a big piece of winning those ball games. Every win's going to be tough. Even if it comes down to a West or like a Torrance or a Costa, they have a bad game. We might have a bad game. That's just how the cookie crumbles. And just fight for every win. It's going to be the biggest piece. Even if it's a quick game, long game, we're gonna go through all 7.
How do you stay loose when there's so much pressure in this day and age to win, to be perfect, to post, like I said earlier, post your wins on social media?
Yeah. One saying I like is pressure makes diamonds. For me, I'd say it's person to person, but it definitely helps. It gets you hype. I'm definitely a guy who listens to more reggae before the game. I like to calm down, but I like being hype. Say my heart rate, I get it acclimated by season. Doing stuff with my friends, maybe playing a good poker session. For no money, of course, but for fun, it gets the heart going. Stuff like that. Running around, staying athletic. Once again, putting trust in my, my craft and putting trust in my teammates as well.
How much have you grown since your freshman year? You're 6'6" right now.
Yeah.
I know your brother was tall. I know your family's tall. But how much have you grown since you started high school?
I'd say total height, probably about 6 inches, maybe 6.5. Weight, I want to say I was freshman year, 6'2", 145. So can't do the math like that quick, but about 60 pounds, 60 or more, 80.
You said 225,
60
right?
to 80, depending on, right now this is probably the best weight I've been in a while. But it's going to keep going up, staying at a good number. That 80 pounds is just a result of the hard work.
You got to throw a bullpen at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
How fun was that, where they just won a World Series? Clayton Kershaw is one of the well-known left-handed pitchers, but how much fun was that?
It was fun. I was always a fan since probably, my brothers were going to games, taking me. Family would go to games all the time. I have a bunch of the, bobbleheads and stuff like that. So it was definitely a humbling experience, knowing that there's still a long road of baseball left for me. Just at the start, honestly. And there's a lot more winning to be done. To get to that position shows you what you're working for. It was very inspiring. I'd say it's probably the best way to put it. When I was out there, once again, you kind of get that game adrenaline, which I liked. Really helps my outings a lot, as should anybody else. Being on that mound, when you really get out there, it comes down to the mound. It doesn't matter where it is. It's going to be a perfect mound, even if it's a bad mound, you just got to make it work. And that's what it really comes down to. So going out there was, I'd say humbling, but, I was like a little kid. The little kid in me was really excited getting to check out the clubhouse, the weight room. It's all top shape. You see why a bunch of free agents are going there. So that definitely was a fun experience, nonetheless.
Being a lefty, being as tall as you are, who would you say you emulate your style after?
Emulate? When I was younger, probably Kershaw, because I was a fan, of course. But you'd say mirror or your rep, somebody who you're close to in pitching and profile, you'd say. Definitely, he's on the Reds. Cannot remember his name right now. And I want to say the Phillies guy, Chris Sanchez.
Hunter Green?
Hunter Green, no. It's a bunch of lefties. It's a lot of lefties, I'd say. So one guy was on the Reds. Nick Lodolo, big guy for sure. Same profile, 6'6", 225, if not an inch or shorter or so. same kind of profile, good changeup, good fastball. Christopher Sanchez, similar kind of motion as me. So people that definitely emulate me are like that, but people I looked up to were, Kershaw. I'm still similar to him, throwing strikes, good off speeds. So, that's what you want out of every pitcher. But, those three are definitely a few that I like a lot.
How often do you work on the interviews?
Not that much. I just have a lot of siblings. I'd say I'm, just naturally a little more mature. And it's just what I got, for being the youngest, you learn through things. There were some times where I had some bad interviews and, learned from it, talked to my brother, talked to my mom. She was a college coach at Fullerton for volleyball. So, it definitely, she's got her own media training done, and stuff like that is what kind of got me through being able to talk to people. It's just a conversation. That is.
All right, let's go top 3 baseball players.
Ever. Got to go Shohei. Two-way like that is undisputed.
Insane.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. It's just I never saw those, the Babe Ruths. I never saw him in person. I wouldn't know because it wasn't the same for me. I have never seen Shohei up until a certain point in person, and it was a different kind of person. It didn't look the same as it did on TV. It's a whole nother level. But I'd definitely say him, Shohei. I want to say Kershaw. It's just the things he's done for the game. I think it goes past that. Just success. And, the staying with one team, loyalty is a big thing. It's definitely now, even in college, that's a big thing that changes a lot for people. So, being a loyal guy is a big thing. I take a lot more things into account than others might. But those two are definitely easy answer for me. You might say it's a little biased, but hey, I mean, that's just the truth. It's, Shohei is undisputed and Kershaw is my favorite, so I couldn't say no. And third, it probably comes down to a lot of guys. Everybody's good in the MLB. Everybody's similar, just who performs out there when it matters.
Let's go back to when you were a kid. Who was your favorite player when you were a kid?
Definitely Kershaw. Definitely
right.
Kershaw.
Who's on that reggae playlist?
Bob Marley. Honestly, it's not a lot of artists that I'd know. A lot of Hawaiian music. I like that. Anything that cools me down. It's like a station. I have my own playlist as well, but a lot of Bob Marley for sure. My dad listened to it. He was more of a rock / Bob Marley guy. So that definitely probably influenced me a lot. Kaloe Kai, I think, is the other artist who's definitely big on my playlist. I'd say favorite song, probably Cool Down.
Okay.
Out of all the reggae I listen to. It's a pretty big song, but it helps me cool down. So
there you go.
It works.
All right, for a little bit of Sublime, some Jack Johnson.
Yeah.
Baseball movies top 2.
Moneyball. I probably watched that 10 times. Moneyball's up there. Then it gets tough. I really liked, I'd say sports as a whole has really influenced me more than just baseball.
Let's go outside of baseball.
Yeah,
movies
definitely the one with Adam Sandler. I can't remember the title, but it was Cruise. He's on, I think it's on Prime.
Hustle.
Hustle's big.
The basketball movie.
That one was really good. I'm just saying, a foreign player kind of have their route of how they get up. I have a lot more respect for those guys, and I had a lot before that. But definitely that movie, I've watched that a bunch of times now too. So
there you go. All right. So my last one, it's usually go to South Bay Eatery and your favorite dish.
Yeah.
Where's your spot that you're like, Mom, I want to go here? And what do you order?
Yeah, I'd say as of recent, definitely in the last year or two, just poke.
Okay.
It's big. I mean, I've only heard good things. I've never had a bad experience. There's never been a bad meal from just poke. So I wasn't big on fish. I was more of a picky guy. Probably why I weighed a little less. I kind of expanded my palate a little more in these past 2 years, and just poke's been there for me. It's a good alternative to just chicken and rice. It's a different taste. Still good protein. So just poke is definitely number one.
Do you have a go-to dish that you get there?
It's kind of build your own, so it's hard to explain, but it's definitely, I got it down to the T. Definitely white rice, either edamame or the wonton chips, and then sweet heat and original. Okay, so those are, it's a good combo. Not the biggest, I can handle spice. It's just not the biggest mayo guy, not a big sauce guy. So those are, more dry, just kind of the fish juices or what kind of gets it done for me. So it's, I mean, probably top 5 spot in California.
How fun is it to watch your cousin Abby playing volleyball at a high
Yeah.
level and then playing basketball at a high level?
Yeah. It's hard to believe she's not committed for basketball too, right? You know, her older sister was also a great player, basketball especially.
Portland State, right?
Yes. Portland State. I just watched the game the other day at LMU. So both her and her sister were always athletes. I mean, they were always, you know, we would always go at the family functions. We'd always be playing sports. They were always tall. I was a little shorter than them, and I started to catch up. And, you know, just playing volleyball, watching them play volleyball is probably helped my volleyball game a little bit too. But, you know, just watching their work ethic as well. It's good to see that, you know, another Zimmerman's doing the same.
There we go. Robbie Zimmerman, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Very much.
Thank you.